It's Friday, December the 19th, 2014. I'm Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield, and this is episode number 63 of T.E.N, Transport Evolved News for the week beginning December the 15th, 2014. T.E.N is brought to you by freeconference.co.uk, bringing you the latest in transportation news with the future of low-cost conference calls. Make conference calls anywhere in the world for just the cost of just one local call. Visit www.freeconference.co.uk today. After focusing on electric car technology for the past decade, German automaker BMW is set to unveil a prototype hydrogen fuel cell vehicle at the 2015 North American International Auto Show in Detroit this coming January. As detailed in a press release earlier this week, the prototype vehicle will demonstrate what it calls a drive module prototype, which could be used in a possible hydrogen fuel cell vehicle. Given previous rumours, we're betting this prototype vehicle will be based on the highly popular i3 electric car, with the fuel cell stack itself coming from BMW's long-standing collaboration with fuel cell fan Toyota. It's worth noting, however, that BMW isn't about to turn its back on electrics and will be using the same auto show to announce a whole new range of ownership benefits for plug-in car customers, including an expansion of its Charge Now and Drive Now services, as well as plans to roll out its very own network of DC fast charging stations based on its previously announced IDC wall-mounted quick charger. Hot on the heels of the LA Auto Show unveil of its A7 E-TRON QUATTRO, Volkswagen's luxury brand Audi has confirmed that its upcoming 2015 Audi Q7 full-size SUV will be offered with a range-topping plug-in hybrid option. Like the Volvo XC90 T8 we talked about last week, the Q7 E-TRON QUATTRO will offer the best performance of the Q7 family as well as the best fuel economy, with a total power output of 373 horses and 516 pound-feet of torque. Where it differs from the Volvo XC90 T8, however, is the choice of engine. While Volvo's luxury plug-in SUV will be powered by a plug-in gasoline drivetrain, the Q7 e-tron will feature a 3-litre V6 diesel engine, something which Audi says makes it the very first V6 diesel plug-in hybrid on the market. Prices, final specs and efficiency ratings haven't been released yet, but rest assured we'll bring you them as soon as we have them. Last week, the all-electric Nissan Leaf celebrated its 4th birthday, and on Monday this week, its plug-in nemesis, the Chevrolet Volt, also turned 4. And while sales of the Volt have petered out somewhat in recent months, no doubt driven by the impending launch of the all-new 2016 model, the humble Volt is still one of America's favourite plug-ins, with the average Volt owner managing a fuel economy of more than 104 miles per gallon equivalent and travelling more than 970 miles between fill-ups. Over at transportevolved.com, we celebrated 4 unique and unusual Volts to have hit the headlines in the past 4 years, so be sure to head over and check out our celebratory article for yourself. Happy birthday, Volt! With the Volt turning 4 this week and the new Chevrolet Volt official reveal happening in just over 3 weeks' time, there's a great deal of hype surrounding just what the new 2016 Volt will come with as standard. We already know about the all-new, more efficient 1.5-litre gasoline engine, the larger battery pack, improved range and better fuel economy. But midweek, Chevrolet treated us to another snippet of information. The new Volt will get user-selectable regenerative braking, based on the user-selectable regenerative braking option from the current Cadillac ELR, which, in turn, is based on the current generation Volt. Using a steering wheel mounted paddle shifter system, the new Volt will allow owners a greater degree of control over their car's regenerative braking on accelerator liftoff, improving fuel economy and driving pleasure. And according to GM product chief Mark Royce, it's more refined than the steering wheel mounted user selectable regenerative braking found in the current Cadillac ELR. It looks like that 3-week wait is going to be well worth it. Every few months or so, we hear about some newspaper headline or another which claims that electric cars are far from friendly to the environment. And this week, we heard a headline from the AP which proclaimed that electric cars may be worse for the planet than gasoline cars. It sounded fishy, so we did some digging, found the actual scientific study from which the headline was referring, and got the shock of our lives. You see, while the study, which we've linked to in our site, does indeed say that electric cars charged from the US's current energy mix are worse for the planet than gasoline vehicles, it also said that electric cars charged from wind, water and solar panel are by far the greenest transportation option available. The report's authors are keen to point out, however, that they don't want to be the pick of the winner for the transportation mix of the future, but said instead that they hoped their investigation encourages policymakers and planners to think long and hard on the consequences of their choices moving forward. It just goes to show, however, that headlines don't always communicate the real message of an in-depth study, and if in doubt, read the academic paper for yourself. In related news, sort of, Japanese automaker Toyota hit the headlines again this week for appearing to claim that its Mirai hydrogen fuel cell sedan, which will launch next year, has a carbon footprint smaller than that of an electric car. The claim came as part of a new infomercial from Toyota in which the automaker detailed its journey from gasoline through hybrid drivetrains and plug-in cars to hydrogen fuel cell cars. And while Toyota says it didn't claim electric cars had a larger carbon footprint than hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, the narration of its infomercial certainly seems to allude to that claim. As you'd expect, Toyota is already coming under some significant attack for its claim and is now furiously backpedaling to try and smooth out any ruffled feathers. But while a Toyota spokeswoman maintains that electric and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles can have a smaller carbon footprint in certain circumstances, the maths, and the majority of people figuring that maths out, disagree. French automaker Renault may have just celebrated passing the 200,000 electric vehicle sales milestone with its alliance partner Nissan. But while the Nissan Leaf gets most of the headlines and most of the sales, Renault's electric ZOE hatchback and Kangoo ZE van are about to get a mild refresh for the 2015 model year. As we covered on Tuesday, the 2015 Renault ZOE and Kangoo ZE will now be offered with a brand new, more efficient electric motor and power electronics system, which could increase range by as much as 10%. But while the new, cheaper, more efficient power system and motor will help increase their range, it will also do away with the ZOE's 43 kilowatt rapid charge capabilities of the original ZOE in preference for more efficient home charging. That, says Renault, is because most of its ZOE customers charge at between 7 and 11 kilowatts, only using the superfast AC quick charging occasionally. As a consequence, it's reducing ZOE's highest power charging to 22 kilowatts, enough to recharge from empty to 80% full in about an hour rather than half an hour. You'll still be able to get the older charger and motor if you wish, but we think most will choose the more convenient range extension over the quick charging capabilities. And finally, if you're frustrated by the number of different charging station options and standards in the electric car world, you can rest easy at last knowing that the Tesla Model S, which itself uses a special proprietary charging standard, will work with your old 3.5-inch floppy disk drives. As we reported on Thursday, Tesla Model S owner Michael Cermak figured, since the Tesla Model S's large touchscreen center console runs Linux, that the two USB sockets included as standard with every Tesla Model S might just let him do things other than plug in smartphone chargers and music memory sticks into his car. So, in the spirit of what the heck, he tried various USB devices, including a USB keyboard, mouse, CD-ROM drive, and yes, even a 3.5-inch floppy disk drive. While the keyboard and CD-ROM were a no-go, Cermak was able to use a USB mouse to control an on-screen pointer and even managed to play an MP3 file from a floppy disk drive he specially prepared for the stunt. Pointless, but totally geeky. We approve. That's it for this week. Don't forget to join us next week for another episode of T.E.N. And in the meantime, visit www.transportevolved.com for all the Evolved news that's fit to print, and subscribe to our channel and other shows by heading to www.youtube.com/transportevolved. And if you're interested, don't forget to join us on Sunday live at 1800 hours UTC for the Transport Evolved panel talk show, where we'll be discussing these stories and more. You can join us live via www.transportevolved.com or head to our YouTube channel to watch the live stream. And don't forget to visit our show sponsors at www.freeconference.co.uk. It doesn't matter if you're making work conference calls to New York or family calls to New Zealand. Free Conference lets you make and join telephone conference calls anywhere in the world for just the cost of a local call. To sign up and get calling today, visit freeconference.co.uk to set up your first free call. I'm Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield. Have a great weekend, and until next time, stay juiced up.